Ellie first got sick Christmas Eve, so she developed a bit of a fever and I treated her fever like any parent with a bit of Panadol. And she quickly developed a cough, and because of the COVID climate, it was very difficult for a GP to see her face to face. So we had over 5 weeks, 5 different GP visits. The 4th visit to the doctor, they still were convinced nothing was wrong. And then on the 5th visit, after she had tried antibiotics, I saw a different doctor who then did a blood test because Ellie had started to get really lethargic. So they did a blood test expecting to find low iron, and I got a phone call about an hour and a half later to say, you need to come straight into the GP. All they said was that the blood tests were indicative of leukaemia. And then we went straight to St Vincent's, who then took us via ambulance immediately to Brisbane and got her diagnosis that night.
Paediatric oncology is the care of children with cancer, and not just in terms of their medical treatment, but also looking after them from a mental health point of view, all of the social issues that come along with dealing with cancer, as well as supporting their families through it. Children with cancer are one of the most vulnerable patient populations in all of medicine, and as well as the medical issues that come along with their treatment, they miss out on a lot of being a child. They miss out on school, they miss out on being with their friends and doing all the normal things that kids do. So being able to provide the treatment for them here in Toowoomba, close to where they live, means that they can go to school more easily, be with their friends, and be in a comfortable, safe environment closer to their homes.
Me, being a mommy, I'm also on the adult land. And all the chemo nurses in the adult land, when we see the little, oh my God, oh, you know, your heart melts because it's only 2 years old. I think us who never see that, and meaning even me, I'm a mom, I'd rather have the cancer or the malignancy myself, not to your child. Ellie is always with her, and she will cry, of course, when we're gonna access the port. So Kali is very good. She got her own position on how to get the blood out of the port. But Kali it's very, very good advocate. And you know, she can see it in mom's perspective. Everybody's saying Ellie's project in Facebook. I said, oh, what's that? You know, in the perspective of mom having a journey with Ellie is tremendous because she can see the gaps. At the same time, for her, it's not complaint. It's just probably making it better because we're already doing it good, but we can make it better.
When we first received Ellie's diagnosis, it's all a bit of a whirlwind. Initially, it's about a 2-week stay in hospital, and that's a process of getting their portacath surgically inserted. They get a really big dose of chemotherapy, and the first month you stay in Brisbane so that if they get sick, you can be close to the hospital. Unfortunately, Ellie's story was complicated by the fact that she got a really severe infection in her leg. So usually after about 4 weeks, you would be able to go home. Ellie spent about 3 months in hospital straight because of her leg. So she had to have a skin graft and multiple surgeries. So once we were able to come home, leukemia for Ellie is treated through different phases rather than rounds. So Ellie's phase at the moment, she's connected to chemotherapy 24/7, and the chemo has to be changed twice a week in Brisbane. Unfortunately, Toowoomba can't do it at the moment. So we travel there twice a week on a Monday and a Thursday to get it changed. That goes for 28 days, and then she gets a week off, and then Ellie and I will actually move back to Brisbane for about a 2 to 3 month phase of really intense chemotherapy. After that, she has another 2-month phase, and then that concludes her frontline treatment, and after that, it's about 1.5 years of chemotherapy, which involves daily chemotherapy that she takes orally, and then every 3 months she gets a dose of traditional chemotherapy that goes intravenously, and like a lumbar puncture. And then after that, hopefully no more cancer. The implication of not having an oncology unit specific to children is that they have to attend the adult oncology unit, and with that there's some gaps. For example, there's no change table there, so the first time that I took Ellie there, she needed a nappy change, and it's complicated by the fact that when they're on chemotherapy, you're not able to touch their nappies. You have to wear chemotherapy gloves. It has to be disposed of properly, and the types of medication that they're on also causes chemical burn to their bum. So the longer that they're sitting in a nappy, so it just sort of snowballs as a bigger issue. The $100,000 trying to be raised hopefully will contribute to the opening of a specific paediatric oncology unit, which we don't have at the moment. After talking to many families who have the same experiences as us and same sicknesses, it's been a really common theme that a lot of the gaps in health services at the moment would benefit from a specific paediatric oncology unit. It would make a really, really huge difference in the just consistency of care that they get. It's always quality care, but just the same nurses, the same place that they go to. It's comforting to go to Brisbane because they see the same people and they see the same place and they get to know everyone. So by having a specific unit here in Toowoomba, we'll offer them the same experience and make that a little bit more comfortable for them. $100,000 is going to make a huge difference to get that started, and hopefully we can start going to somewhere where Ellie feels comfortable, and we are just going to be so grateful and so excited to see something that is specific for little people with cancer in Toowoomba.